This video explains the benefits of the integration between BMC and User Experience Management and Application Diagnostics. First, I'll show you how the integration works and what benefits it provides, and then you will see how to set up the integration. With the Session Browser or Session Overview features of the EUEM, you can analyze performance and availability issues. If you need more information on what actually caused the latency violation, here comes the integration with BMC Application Diagnostics. With the integration enabled, you can drill down from session data to the transactions and have a complete picture of the entire transaction on the wire and on the host. Let's run a session browser query to see the list of recent sessions with end-to-end latency higher than 2 seconds. The query returns 30 sessions, and this one has significant latency and some errors. Let's drill down to the hosts to find the reasons for such a high latency. On this host, you can see the enormous host time of more than 17 seconds. Let's drill down to the transaction. In the App Visibility column, click the Details link. Note that this link is not available for some transactions. This is limited by default to save the performance and can be configured by BMC support. The transaction opens in the Application Diagnostics product. You can see the trace details with a graphic representation of the application flow with the latency numbers on each end. Application Diagnostics enables you to examine the nodes of the flow to find the root cause of the latency violations. You can even observe errors on the code level and see a lot of information that is not available in the EUEM. The integration between two products works both ways, which means that if you click View Session Details in the Application Diagnostics, you can return from the transaction data to the session details. Depending on your setup, the session data will open in the Session Browser or in the Session Overview feature of the Performance Analytics engine. Now let me show you how to configure the integration in 4 simple steps. First, connect EUEM and the Application Diagnostics. Go to Diagnostics, Administration, Integration Configuration page, and ensure that the BMC APM console address points to the IP or the host name of the Application Performance Management console. Click Save. Second, edit the integration settings to let the Application Diagnostics know where you want to drill down from Application Diagnostics, to the Session Overview or to the Session Browser page. Next, ensure that both EUEM and the console point to one Application Visibility Server. In the console, go to System Access, Diagnostics Management, System Configuration. Copy the portal information so you know which URL to use for the Application Visibility Server. Then go to the Real User Analyzer, click Administration, Integration, and then click Application Visibility Servers. Add the Application Visibility Server using the portal URL and the port and adding the prefix that you can see on the screen. And click Save. Then, set up the custom rules to retrieve the Application Visibility integration from the Real User Collector. To do this, in the Real User Analyzer, open Administration, Data Flow Settings, Custom Fields. Scroll down to the bottom and expand the trace element. On the Action menu, click Add New Rule. Select Default Catch-All. Select Primitive Custom Field Extractions as the source field. In the Primitive Custom Fields list, select the Application Visibility Custom Field. Click Next, and then click Done. To verify the integration, open the Reference Lists page in the Analyzer. In the Object Custom Fields section, click Trace Object Level. if the integration completed successfully, in a few minutes you will see several visibility IDs like these. The last step is to ensure that the configuration API access is enabled. To do this, in the Real User Analyzer, click Administration, Security Settings, Services. Ensure that the configuration API access is enabled. And that's it about the integration. Thank you for watching. If you need more details, refer to the integration topic on the Docs portal or contact BMC support.